Здесь только объединяться и менять ситуацию полностью. Народу.
The only thing to do here is for people to unite and change the situation, because everything depends exactly on the people. The most important thing in the country has always been the people, not the Tsar. And as they say, it is not the people who serve the Tsar, but the Tsar serves the people. He should listen to his people and understand what he is doing, what all his actions are for. Why do we have to die for nothing? I mean, there's 1 million killed here already, maybe even 2. When we were walking along this lower bay, there were corpses everywhere. All of ours. Somebody had already rotten away. All they had was a uniform and a skeleton. Somebody was in a rubble dugout, and that is, for him, he'll never make it home. When will they find him there? He will never be found. There will be a wooden cross for an unknown soldier. He won't even be buried. I voluntarily agreed to be filmed. My name is Dorokhov Всеволод Vladimirovich, born on November 11th, 1993, in Железнодорожный, Moscow region. We realized that we were just thrown in as cannon fodder, just to go and reach our positions on our own, which were about 200 meters forward after the crossing of the swamp. We barely made it. We almost died. There were a bunch of our dead. The wounded were being carried out all the time, because we have huge losses. People are sitting in some barely trenched craters. Trenches like this, because there is no time to dig, no place. They are constantly shelling us. You can't dig, it won't save you. And accordingly, they said to occupy the line of defense. In trench, they couldn't care less for people surviving. Then we went to get water, and when we were going back, it turned out we had passed our positions, because we had been there only for 3 days, so we didn't know anything at all, no positions. We went further and ended up with the Ukrainians. We were taken prisoner there. They did not abuse us in captivity, did not beat us, and fed us. When we were tied to trees with scotch tape, when the Russians started to assault the Ukrainians, it turned out that everybody went to dugouts, and I remained tied to a tree. During that assault, I got a walk grenade behind my back, which is why I'm wounded now. I've got 2 shoulders wounded and a cross-cutting wound, because it flew out of my arm from somewhere altogether. They just didn't care who or what they stormed, because they had the drone flying there before. They saw me with blue duct tape, taped eyes and hands. They knew I was a prisoner, but they threw a walk grenade anyway, right behind my back. I was only there. I think they were hitting me. They might have thought that I could tell you something, so they decided to hit me with something. When I even ripped off the duct tape, my hands were cut with shoelaces. Maybe I just ripped them off the line just badly. The Ukrainians didn't even say a word to me. They told me to crawl closer to the dugout, take cover, because they realized that I was going to get killed, just to save myself. They bandaged it up, put bandages on the wounds, gave medical care. I paid attention to that, especially opposed to the behavior of my commanders and their attitude towards us. I thought it was going to be harsh, like they told us. I mean, neo-Nazi, all these fascists that bully, cut off genitals, all that kind of stuff that we were frightened with. You don't even think about it anymore. You want to live, you don't want to be shot. But on the other hand, if it turns out to be like they told us, it's better to be shot. In the end, nothing like that happened. They just tied us up, told us to sit down, to not move, to not fool around. As we obeyed, didn't do anything, everything came out fine. They fed us, gave us water to drink, they didn't abuse us, didn't beat us, and even talked to us. Of course, they made fun of us, but anyway, I didn't see anything like that. No fascists, no Banderovics, no Nazis. Most of them even speak Russian. I realized that everything they tell us is just nonsense about what is going here, what we are supposedly fighting against. It is a mythological lie, that it is a deception just to turn people against other people. And your command does not consider you as its own people, since they send us as cannon fodder without support, without anything, just to go and fulfill their commands. They don't care if you get killed or not. As they say, you will come home as cargo 200 anyway. I understood, for example, these contact soldiers, professional military men. They don't care about us mobilized people. They think they are the heroes of Russia, the military. They are serving, fighting with everyone, and we are not like humans. We're kind of all this time living normally, earning money, driving cars, loving, and they were saving the world at the same time, as they think. And we were doing nothing. And I guess they don't like that. It's better for them to send the mobilized to some hot point to do some dangerous task than contract soldiers. We are even more sure that these were the main tasks presented to them. But why should they go themselves to die in a dangerous situation if they can sit in a dugout and the mobilized will do everything for them? Only the battalion commander oppressed us severely all the time. He didn't respect us at all, didn't consider us human beings. He called us meat, shit. Told us that he made the lives of our families easier. At least they would become millionaires at our expense to get rid of such subhumans like us. He humiliated us using all the bad words possible, with full language. We understand that there was never any respect for him after such statements. No one wants to fight. No one understands why this war is necessary at all. What is the reason? What is the sense? Why and where we are going? Why should take up arms and kill people? No one understands what we defend. The last time mobilization was in the Great Patriotic War, the Second World War. And now we don't know what is the reason for the mobilization to take place. What kind of mobilization is this? Why it is necessary to go and fight without a clear reason. The reason is unclear, as if they came to us, but no one came to us. It turns out that we were brought to a foreign land, so that we would come to a foreign land with weapons and sow misery and destruction to others. It is like a military dictatorship. There is such a sin. It is like the highest military officials just rule the people. It is necessary to fix everything somehow, to unite the people. That is, there is simply not enough cohesion, courage to unite and correct the situation fundamentally. Because everyone is afraid. If everyone is afraid and does nothing, respectively, if 1 or 20 or 50 people go there, it is nothing. It is necessary to rally the majority of people and fight against this whole situation. That does not satisfy anyone at all. It is only woo to everyone. It is not good. There are no benefits at all. It is necessary to end the war as soon as possible, and that's all. It turns out that he does all this as if Putin thinks he is a Tsar. That he needs more land, it is clear. It is like we have some prehistoric times when people just conquered territories just to eat as much as possible, to grab more territory, as if nothing is enough, and they don't care. If they don't give it to us that way, then we will take it by force. Then we will kill everyone. It is wild. This is some kind of vague imperialism. It is not even imperialism, you can't even call it an empire. It's lawlessness, because there are no laws and limits. It's lawless. Whatever they say, that's how it's gonna be. I mean, whatever they want, that's how it is going to be. That's all. And no one has asked your opinion. Shut your mouth, no one is interested in what you think in Russia. As they say, don't think, just go and do it. You don't even have to think. Everybody's already thought about it for you. It seems to me that everybody should refuse to go to this war. Just refuse to go to war, that's all. And what will happen there? They'll kill their own people. I would tell other Russians all this and offer them to go into denial, to unite among themselves, and that's it, to end this war, not to go to war with another nation on another nation's land. There is no need for that. We were not threatened by anything. Nobody attacked us, nobody did anything bad to us. Everyone was sitting, working at home, everything was fine. Now even for those who were mobilized, others stayed at home, because the mobilization is partial, it is not complete. It is not fair. Someone is watching TV with his wife in bed now, and others are experiencing horror. It is not fair, I think.